Hi, I'm Aidan Rodley and this is Mainland Matters as we thrust the spotlight on racing in the south. Looking forward to Riccarton this weekend, and we will preview the feature race there, or the feature possibly in terms of the age group racing with the Guineas trial, the 3-year-olds in action. Really nice field for that. And a couple of really good open handicaps, of course, as we build ever closer to Cup Week. It's getting really close too. And just in that last sort of 5-week period, horses potentially having their final lead-up run, or maybe their semi-final into Cup Week features as well. Last week we saw the running of the Gore meeting on Friday. Some really nice performances. Ruby's Lad was good, and saw a couple of good wins from the Len Stewart stable. One of those was this one. We're just going to take you back to the open sprint, which does feature Miss Harley Quinn, and a really positive ride from Gosson Jagu on one who was stepping up from rating 65 company. Took on some pretty well performed older horses, but Gosson just able to just dictate speed out in front and just let this horse roll. He definitely had so many of the runners in behind out of their comfort zone, and in the end races away to score by 4.5 lengths. Probably one of the performances of the day. Although in saying that, the stablemate's sympathy in winning the last was terrific, coming from a long, long way back. But it is the meeting on Saturday that we really want to focus on. So we're going to go to a few of the key form pointers for this. One of those is the New Zealand Bloodstock Canterbury Bell Stakes. So this race, through the 3-year-old fillies, it was very good. I want to really highlight the horse who's right at the back here, perfectly suited in the gold colours with the quartered cap. Now look, the horse just held up in traffic, gets free at this point. Sam Wynn urges the horse through centre track. One Kiss has already established a winning break by this point, and you can see that perfectly suited around about 4 lengths back, but zips home. Just a super performance from a really promising filly. She's run the quickest last 800, 600, 400 and 200 of that race. We have highlighted that before when we reviewed the Canterbury Bell Stakes, but for her now going into the Guineas trial, she looks to be a key contender, and she looks like a bona fide 1,000 Guineas chance as well, heading towards that Group 1 Barneswood Farms sponsored event during Cup Week. So that's perfectly suited. The first of the videos we want to have a look at further back in that race was This Is Dramatic into 7th, and also further back with Rhonda Wood, who finished into 9th position. We can take you to the north now on Mainland Matters. We'll bring in a bit of Ruakaka form. We're going to have a look here at Cognito. We'll get to a point of the race where they are turning for home. Now you can see Sharp and Smart, a horse who's nominated for a Victoria Derby, nominated for a Cox Plate, Spring Champion Stakes, goes up, hits the front. Now look at the run here of Cognito under Nirajan Palmer. Does a really good job in the end to finish, only a half head away. Really did force Sharp and Smart to call on all of his vast talent to win this race. And Cognito beat home horses such as Andalus, who goes around in Saturday's Hawke's Bay Guineas as well that day. Prior to that, had been winning at Taupo in a really nice run and a maiden win. Beat home that day Arrowette, who finished into 3rd position. Now Arrowette's gone on to finish 5th in a Group 3 Gold Trail Stakes at Hastings, and now heads to this race as well. So again, a rematch there between Cognito and Arrowette. But on what we've seen of Cognito so far, the last couple of runs have been super. Again, it's a recipe where we're seeing Mark Walker sending another one of his northern team down to be really competitive in a good race at Riccarton as well. The other race we want to have a look at is another of the Te Akau runners, and this one takes you back to the 3-year-old race at Riccarton at the beginning of September. We're looking here to Marlborough Bay. Again, we'll just rip this forward a little bit in time. So you can see the horse there, 4 off the fence, doing well. Redmond has established a winning break at this point, and you can see Grayson Gray running home nicely out wider for second. But a good, tenacious performance closer in from Marlborough Bay, and a horse who showed enough last preparation to suggest that he'll be a decent chance further into the spring as well. So a couple of really key performances. Outside that, you've got Shibano, who's coming in, who was a Polytrack maiden winner last time out. Turf War has been late scratched a couple of times at the barriers, but has shown any amount of ability at the trials. Malulabar has been racing okay down south. That's charming in Boomtown Boy for an entry of 11 into the Guineas trial. And it has been a key form race, because I do want to take you to this race. We'll take you back and have a look at the running of last year's race. I haven't got the video set up here, but we'll get this going for you straight away, because Field of Gold was winning. Came out and later on in the season won a Group 2 Waikato Guineas after racing so well through the spring. The second horse home in the race, as we'll pick them up here coming down the straight, is the horse being brought to the outside. Now that's Novia under Jason Laking. Went on to be such a decisive winner, or a tenacious winner at least, of the Group 1 2000 Guineas. Field of Gold under Koziasana was a big day for the Pike Stable this day last year. Beats home Novia, Mackenzie Ladd and Palmetto into the next couple of positions. But that run from Novia showed that this Guineas trial can be a lead up into Group 1 success. Now Novia, form out of that 2000 Guineas has been absolutely first class. So the 3-year-old crop we're seeing from last season really doing good things. We saw again on Saturday Regal Lion doing the job, that was on Sunday at Sandown. So that 3-year-old crop pretty good, and it just shows this is the type of race that can be a platform into those Guineas races. There's the Watercree Stakes coming up, there's the Barneswood Farm coming up out of Ashburton. So this is another of those key build-up races into the 1000, especially for the likes of Perfectly Suited and This Is Dramatic Guineas, and the 2000 Guineas as well. Really nice field for the 2000 metre open handicap. That possibly a lead up into the Spring Classic, and then maybe into races such as the Metropolitan for some of those, and the 1400 metre open handicap. We see that rematch between the Winter Cup Quinella of Lord Darcy and Summer Festival, but some really nice up-and-comers into that race as well. So part of a really nice program out of Riccarton. We'll have the coverage for you here on Trackside as well. So let's look back at Gore, look forward to this weekend's racing. Don't forget to tune in on Saturday for the coverage of Riccarton as we build ever closer to Cup Week. We'll see you again next week on Mainland Matters.